Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, my second video. Thank you so much, I've been overwhelmed with all the comments and the response of my last video. Today I'm going to be making a really easy, quick dish. It's chicken pesto pasta. It's not an over-the-top pasta, it's so simple. You just cook the pasta and the other ingredients and put it together, and then it's delicious as well. So it's a really easy dish to cook. So the ingredients you will need are some pasta, some broccoli, some fresh pesto, parmesan cheese, basil leaves, and some chicken. Right, so to start with, wash the veg. So I've just got some tender stem broccoli from any supermarket. You can get it anywhere. You just wash it. It gets off all of the pesticides. So you're going to need 2 pans, or bowls, whatever you want to call them. Pasta and broccoli. Turn on the heat. While this is boiling, we're just going to measure out the pasta. I'm cooking for 2 people. So get whatever bowls you're going to be using. I got these large pasta bowls, which I love. They're from IKEA. They look really good. I've got my pasta here. It doesn't matter what pasta you're using. It can be anything, penne, bows, whatever you want to do. Sam and I always go to this Italian shop in Notting Hill. They do all their authentic pastas. So I'm using this pasta. It looks kind of like hula hoops, but it's not. The way I do it, I just measure out a bit of pasta. So this is the amount of pasta I'm using. Generally it's just a large handful for one person, it's fine. Right, so the water's just starting to lightly bubble. I'm going to put in the broccoli. Now the broccoli, you can cook really however you like. I'm going to do it not for too long because I like my broccoli to be crunchy. So obviously the longer you cook it, the softer it will get. Right, pasta's ready to go in. So 1, 2, and just give it a quick stir as it goes in so it doesn't stick to the bottom of the pan. Alright, and we're going to leave that. That should take about 7 to 8 minutes. Now when you cook pasta, it's all about preference, but I like, or Sam and I like, when it's, the Italians call it al dente, and that is just before it's properly cooked. It's got a bit of bite left in it. Right, while that's being done, we are going to shred the chicken. So this is a ready cooked chicken that I bought from a supermarket. You can use any type of chicken you want. If you've made chicken maybe the night before, you can use it as leftovers. But to start with, we're just going to skin this chicken. Also, if any vegetarians, well, A, sorry for this, but B, you can make this meal just without the chicken and it's still delicious. All the chicken just should fall off the bone if it's cooked well. Get your knife. Start by tearing the chicken into pieces. So ideally all the chicken should be about this sort of size. Filtering through your chicken, making sure it's all nicely cut, and also going along and chucking any bits that are no good, because occasionally you'll find some bony bits or fatty bits. Once the chicken's all chopped, it shouldn't take too long. Go back to your pasta, give it another stir, make sure it's not sticking to the bottom. You check on your broccoli, just take a bit out. It's still very crunchy, so it needs another minute or 2. There's really not that much to cooking pasta. You just put it in the water and boil it. You can put olive oil on top of the water so the pasta doesn't stick together. You can add salt, but I'm going to do that all at the end. That's just the way I prefer to do it. Take some pasta out. There's still way too much bite in it, and what I mean by bite is the hardness of the pasta. And there's still too much of it, so that needs a good few minutes still. Right, while that's taking a few minutes to cook, I'll talk to you about pestos. Right, so this is a fresh pesto I bought from a supermarket. You can make your own, but it takes about 20 minutes, and this tastes just as good. So I'm cheating a bit, but it's all about ease for me. I much prefer the taste of a fresh pesto as opposed to the jarred ones. But again, it's just all personal preference. Keep an eye on everything. Okay, make sure it's not sticking. Right, this broccoli's done. I can tell by looking at it, but you'll be able to tell it's just practice. So this comes off the heat. Turn that off. Okay, now I'm going to chop up my broccoli. over there. Again, I want this to be sort of similar size to the chicken. I'm just cutting everything into quarters generally. Now you have to do this quite quickly, otherwise your pasta will overcook. Pasta should be ready. Be very careful when you're tasting pasta because it can burn. Go for it. So I'm gonna get this and pour it into the colander. Just drain off all of the water from the pasta. I'm gonna pop olive oil into the pan. I'm gonna put the pasta in. Broccoli. I'm not gonna use all of this because it's way too much. So in goes the broccoli. Doesn't really matter what order you do this in, but it's all gonna go in. Chicken. And now the pesto is gonna go on top. So you get all of the pesto. Season with fresh pepper and some salt. And I put a bit more olive oil on the top, but not a lot, just a bit to keep it moist so it doesn't dry. And now what you're going to do is very simply mix it together. Pesto gets spread out evenly. And that is the basis of the chicken pesto pasta, but you can add personal tweaks to everything you cook, which is, for me, one of my favourite things about cooking. And what I mean by that is I will put pasta into a bowl before I actually serve it. I get my eating bowl and the serving bowl, if you want to call it. Place that on the top, and it should come out in a relatively nice clean shape. That'll do. You want to put a tiny bit of olive oil over your basil leaves, not too much. Alright, and then you get your shaved parmesan, or this is shaved, but you can have grated. I just prefer shaved. A pinch full of parmesan. Sprinkle parmesan over the top. A few fresh basil leaves. And now, over the top I just give a light sprinkle of pepper. And a tiny pinch of salt. And then to finish, get your olive oil again, go around the edge. The balsamic glaze over the top. And there you have chicken pesto pasta. That is really good. And it took 7 minutes to cook, and that is one of the nicest pasta dishes that I make. Delicious. So that was my chicken pesto pasta. It's so quick and easy, and it tastes absolutely delicious. But thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.